Now we are going to go, as I said before, to the Charles Stanley Life Principles Bible, and we will also go there to the book of Isaiah, and you will see in Isaiah 4 the life principles. Now, this is where he is very good. Also, you will notice in 64 right here, that's all marked out because that is, according to him, a prophecy. Okay? But anyway, let me read that little section in here where he gives what his life principles are. And this is Isaiah 64:4, where it says, "Since ancient times no one has heard, nor ears have perceived, nor eye has seen any God beside you. You act on behalf of those who wait for him." That's the word wait. That's what's very important in here. Now it says, while God was preparing his judgment for the kingdom of Judah, he was also arranging the deliverance of the people who remained obedient to him. And the Lord faithfully brought them back to Jerusalem when the time was right, and their hearts had turned back to him. See Ezra and Nehemiah. We cannot imagine how God will be more on our behalf, but we confidently expect that he will act when we wait for him in faith. Now that's that same thing also from the other Bible. Things don't come from God automatically. We want them to come right away, but we have to wait for it to happen. Now, there are more life lessons in here from other parts of it and so forth. But then, like the other Bible had an actual article, this is called Life Principle 14. And this is about Isaiah 64:4, what I just read. But look at the size of this article that goes to the other page. So, if I read a little bit of this, you'll have to put up with me. Because it's rather long, but I will read a little bit of it so that you can hear it. Here it goes. In this hurry up world, waiting for anything can cause us to lose our temper and our good sense more frequently than we care to admit. No one enjoys waiting in line. We want we don't want to wait for stoplights. We don't like to wait for dinner. We won't even like to wait for good things, like for fish to bait. We want what we want right now. Yet, the Word of God insists that we learn some of life's greatest lessons while we wait. Waiting rooms can be hard classrooms, but God promises vast rewards for those who wait for Him. God plans to use the long pause in our lives for our blessing, if we let Him. Why does God so often ask us to wait? Let's consider 5 major rewards for waiting. Then he goes into several of them. We discover God's will, that's number 1. 2, we receive supernatural energy and strength, that's the second. The third, we win battles. And that's the fourth is we see the fulfillment of our faith. And the fifth is we see God working on our behalf. Now, I could read each of those all the way through, and it gives an excellent summary of what that means. It gives other places to look in the Bible. It shows much more. So that article is longer than the one in the other Bible, but it is also an excellent example of the parallels between these two Bibles because of life principles, those things that actually act on our behalf, even though we don't think it will, or we are not in a place where we can wait for it. So we see from the Beyond Suffering Bible and the Charles Stanley Life Principles Bible, these wonderful parallels, and they give us a good idea of what we can do in life when we are in a time of trouble for one type or another, and also that things don't happen exactly how or when we want them to. So these two Bibles can be used together, as I have said before, and I think that's extremely helpful, and I hope you've enjoyed this video.